Show today. It just worked out that way, and I'm so happy to have another beautiful young lady joining me today. Brittany Graves, Miss Tennessee U.S. Festival State Queen, is here. Good morning, Brittany.
Good morning.
I'm so glad to have you here because you're kind of a local girl from this area, and I've seen you out and about. You're very busy, but I'm so glad to have you here this morning.
Yes, thank you. I'm from Cleveland, Tennessee, so I really am just right across the mountain.
Right, and you are, like I said, very, very busy. You've done pageants, though, kind of your whole life. Tell me a little bit about that.
I did. Something interesting that everyone seems to want to know.
Right.
They ask when my first pageant took place. My first pageant was at 3 days old. My mother was, released from the hospital, and the cutest baby contest was going on for our local fair, and so I did take home the title of the cutest baby for Fairest of the Fair, and then after that, obviously, here I am today.
She was hooked, and then you were hooked. You quickly
Absolutely
came to love it then. And did you find, I had asked that question earlier to our younger girls that were over there, do you find, though, that the pageants have been a positive thing, though, in your life? Because sometimes you do get some negative feedback about pageants.
We always get negative feedback. Like they said earlier, people think that we're just superficial, which is not the case. For me, pageantry has helped me in so many aspects. As an example, I am a 22-year-old. I'm married to the best husband. I have the most perfect little boy, and I'm a business owner. It's very rare for a 22-year-old to say that they own their own business.
Right.
But for pageantry, it just led me in the right direction. And now here I am today. I'm all successful because of that.
Right, and you have a couple of businesses, like you mentioned, the things that you do, but one in particular, does it stem from a platform that you were involved in, though? How did your business, tell us a little bit about that and how it came about?
3B's Pet Care and Boutique is my business. I actually stemmed that. I'm a certified veterinary assistant. So basically, I just love all aspects of taking care of animals, playing with animals, and so therefore, after I left my veterinary assistant job, I specialized in surgery. I wanted to stay at home with my son when he arrived.
Right.
So I did that, and we officially opened in March, and everything started implementing last August. So we've worked very hard to get where we are. And like you said, I'm also a unique presenter. That is a new recent position that I've actually fell in love with. So I enjoy all aspects of makeup, and it's not about making yourself beautiful. It's about highlighting the areas that you're already so perfect to begin with.
Right, well, wonderful. And with your pet business, again, you have teamed up with some local ladies that we've had on the show, Four Paws Pantry.
Yes.
And they're great. And tell us a little bit about kind of what they do and then how that relationship kind of began.
Honestly, I saw them on air, so I called them immediately afterwards, and I spoke with the lovely ladies, Betty and Sandy. They just perfectly fit in with my schedule because I'm able to donate some of the funds that I make and donate to them. And recently, they've asked me to step up to be a member of the board of directors, so I'm very excited. We've been together several times, but our official first board meeting is this upcoming Wednesday.
Right. And what they do then, and correct me if it's been a few weeks since they've been on, but they really kind of help with the assistance of pet food for people that are maybe having a financial hardship, things in life happen. And
it's about keeping the pet with the owner. It's not about taking the pet out of the home. We want to keep them together, and if that means that we can fund them in however many bags of food we can do, you just fill out an application and we would be happy to place you on the list.
Right, because this is not just open for necessarily, it is a form of a food bank, but there is, like you said, assistance. This is kind of for emergency situations where people, lots of times pets are like family members and they do not want to be separated, of course, from their family members.
We just want to make sure that the pet really needs the food, and so that's the best way to go.
Yes, well, you have a crown on your head, and you mentioned that you're married, you have a son, but there is still pageantry life after those things, right? So tell me about your current title that you're holding.
So I am Mrs. Tennessee U.S. Festival State Queen. I competed at the end of April, and our platform for the pageant itself is called It's More Than Just. I think that says a lot about our pageant. We're a community service based. All of ours, we do not compete in swimsuit, but we do compete in evening gown, interview, modeling, on-stage question. So for me, obviously being a mom, I'm trying my hardest to get back into shape. So swimsuit for me right now was just not something I was interested in.
But you said you were a little surprised at the outcome because this was just something you tried, you thought, I'll gain the experience, and you walked away with the crown.
I did, believe it or not. I told my husband, I've been trying to lose weight, and so I told him that this would be my goal if I was able to be in better shape for myself and for my family, that I would compete here. And so I did, and at 22 years old, the youngest for my age division, I took home the title for the state. and I'm still mind blown at that, and I've gained so many friends through the organization, and they're just so sweet, all of them. So I'm thankful that I decided to take that leap as a mom and realize that I can still do things that I love to do.
Well, again, I think they made a great choice. I'm thankful that you're doing that because you're making a difference in our local communities, and that's what's also important. And I have a graphic here with a couple of websites that has some information. There's your business, the 3B's Pet Care and Boutique. Is that correct?
Yes.
.com. All right. So for more information, they can certainly visit there, and also check out fourpawspantry.org. And we'll be back in just a moment. We have the zoo here, so stay with us.